So this was the first test run of my Twitch streams. I was just checking out how to learn how to use the Twitch Studio app. So the funny thing is, I can't like what you see right here. I couldn't see. Like when I'm on untap, all I see is untapped. You know, the web browser. I don't see all this extra stuff like the webcam of me and this chat little box up here. So I was unaware that it was in certain positions that it was problematic. Like as you can see, these two things are in the wrong side. It would have been better. One, I don't really need the webcam feature. There's not much going on there. So right now I'm doing voiceover on the footage that I downloaded from Twitch. So I'll be able to explain some stuff that you can't see. So let's skip a couple steps, because alright, so I'm mulliganing away the blue cards at first, because the idea is that I'm going to try to charge, black energy first. So I'm mulliganing the blue cards first. Shuffle. Alright. Lags. And the irony is that I ended up getting more. It's not wrong, because I want these cards. Of course, we want the schemes for when we get a chance to play it. Definitely want the Raditz, because that's a really good blocker. Alright, so he does his one drop, and I discard the Kaioken, instant transmission 10 times Kamehameha, because we can always add it back, so it's not a problem to discard it for the leader's effect. So let's move on some more steps. So I'm on 2 energy. He obviously can't see, but I'm on 2 energy. That's why I'm able to drop the 2-drop Bardock, and then I'm able to use it to draw a card and be able to swing with it, all that good stuff. So moving a couple steps. Let me see, my opponent's at 2 energy, so I'm at 2 energy. Okay, so this is when I played Bardock. So that Bardock was from something else. What did I get that Bardock from? I didn't take no damage. Oh, the leader's effect, of course. Obviously, I'm using the leader's effect turn 1 and turn 2, just like I used the Unison. I use the Unison first before you use the leader's ability, because you're gonna take 3 cards off the top of your deck. So I tend to use the leader for the Unison's effect first. So I +1, draw a card, then place the top card of my deck under my leader, mill 1, and draw 1. So that's what I was doing there. So let's move a couple more steps. My opponent has his combo killer Unison Bardock over there. So I got Bardock in play, Super Saiyan 40. He got regular Super Saiyan Bardock on his side. So it's an interesting match. So his card makes me, lose a card, right? His Unison makes me lose a card, while my Unison makes me plus a card, right? So the irony of that, right? He's using a Bardock to reduce my hand size. I'm using a Bardock to increase my hand size. So the irony of that. And then clearly I have somebody in the chat, which is cool to have somebody in the chat, but I couldn't see the chat at the time. All I see is, untapped. So I didn't see that there was anybody on the chat. Apparently, and I agree that yes, the webcam was getting in the way because it was covering up, important parts of the board. It would have been better to have it over here, where there is no well, there's a whole bunch of blank space over here. I could have had all that stuff over here, so that way we can still have it, but not be right here where all the action is in, so you barely can see what I'm doing. But if you know what Hatchhyack does, what the Unison does, it's not that big of a deal. You already get the idea of what's going on. Look at the life points. My opponent's at 5, I'm at 7, so pretty much can tell what's been going on. My opponent has 3 cards in his hand, I got 4. This is my turn 3, so I'm going to turn 3, charge on black energy. So alright, I trigger my unison. Like I said, trigger the unison first, do +1, draw 2 cards, draw 1 card, then use the leader's ability, and then, you know, of course we awaken in this situation. Skips a couple steps, so draw, leader ability, awaken, swing with the leader. Right, so we can draw. And from right there, I had a slight misplay, because what I wanted to do was combo my what's his name, my Dr. Leche, this part is the Deadly Departed, because I wanted to play him out for 2, you know, play him onto the board for 2 energy, so I could have a blocker, and then so I have 1 energy up for like a negate or something. So this is when I realized that somebody was in the chat, some stuff was being said, and I was trying to fix the problem, so that's why I moved the webcam over. So now you can see the board better, so you aren't going to see my face covering this part of the important part of the board for too long. So for the first 11 minutes, you could barely see what was going on, but okay, right now I'm at 7 life, my opponent's at 4. I got 8 cards in my hand, my opponent has 4 cards in their hand, and this is turn 3. So I swing, I don't combo. He awakens, right, because he's obviously at 4, so he awakens. And since I didn't combo on 15, so he only needs 5k to out combo this. And he does his Goku Golden Ape Instinct card, so he'll be able to use that to draw 2 later on, so that will obviously give him some card advantage. Somebody asked why I'm wearing a mask. It's because I'm at work, and there's a window right to my left, and I work in a loading dock area. I'm a security guard at night, and we have contractors and workers and people coming in and out, and wearing the mask is part of my uniform, so I gotta wear it. When no one's around, I take it off, of course. But since there's people walking around, I gotta be in uniform, you know, professional. Gotta do my job, even though I'm doing content at the same time. Still gotta do my job. So that's why I'm wearing the mask. Plus, the mask is cool. I look cool with the mask, but it's mainly because of work. It's not like I'm trying to hide my face or anything. If I wanted to hide my face, I just wouldn't record anything that shows anything of my face, right? The reason I did the face with real, as it were, before, other than I just had a cool picture of me with the mask on, I'm like, oh, let me post it on my Facebook page so people can see, you know, what I look like, in case they wonder, you know, what I look like. Here, time for the world to start seeing who I am, right? Especially since I'm going to start doing like more things like Twitch and going to tournaments, and that's effectively right after I show what I look like, partially at least. Then I went to a 1K event. People recognized me because they saw the picture of me, so that helped with that, because I could literally not show my face right on Facebook, went to the event, and probably no one would even notice that it was me. And of course, there's some commentary. What sucks is that I can't see it, so hopefully later on, well, the idea is, if I'm right, I can't see the chat on my phone, so if I use my phone to record the chat, then, not record the chat, what I'm saying, like if I look at the chat on my phone, so like if I had 2 screens, I have a laptop right now, if I had 2 screens, then I can, you know, see the chat and interact with the chat while playing. but all I can see is you know, the game. I'm just focusing on the game. So from time to time, I will bring up the software, the Twitch studio software, and that's when I noticed that people were actually watching and commenting and stuff. It's like, okay, well, I was unaware that people were talking. So because I'm focusing on, you know, playing the game, right? Just focusing on the actions of what I can do with the deck to showcase what the deck can do, you know. So as you can see what you're capable of doing on the first 3 turns. If you want to awaken, you know, you could play without awakening, but if you want to awaken, charge 3 black energy, awaken, and then after that start charging blue. It's up to you. It just means that by doing that, you play your blue cards in your unison, you know, like the blue cards later. Usually you don't want to play late game. That's why it was always, the whole concept was originally to charge blue and not awaken, because you don't need to awaken. The deck is about being defensive. It's about negating attacks, blocking attacks, sometimes even just taking an attack. So who cares about comboing? People are so obsessed with that. They're like, oh, but how are you supposed to out combo attacks? You don't. You either block it, negate it, or take it. It's not complicated. It's a simple concept. The only reason you try to out combo an attack is because you're not trying to take it, right? And the reason why you try not to, right? Well, obviously you out combo to not take damage, but the reason you combo is because you don't have a negate or a blocker. But I use a whole bunch of negates and a whole bunch of blockers, so I have a higher chance of blocking and negating attacks. So comboing is, you know, it's not necessary. Can you do it from time to time? Of course, there are stuff in here that has combo power, but I don't want to combo, right? I'm trying to get to the point where, especially with Hatchhyack, where you never combo. Why are you comboing? That's a waste. That's a waste of cards. I'd rather use the battle card. Like, for example, I got 10k combo power in my hand because I got a Finn, and I got a Godzilla Trunks in my hand. Why would I want to use that to combo to stop an attack? I'd rather use a negate or a blocker or something, or just take the hit and plus from it. That's the thing about taking damage. You actually benefit from that. So take the hit, right? Like right now, I was expecting to take some hits, but my opponent decided to redirect the attacks over to my unison, which is great because that means my unison put in some work, right? Now my opponent is trying to be very strategic if you really pay attention, because they're trying to make sure I run out of cards before they start, doing any real damage to my life. So I'm looking at what I got, looking at the colors. Well, actually, I'm just like showcasing, you know, letting people see. Oh yeah, and then I have to discard something, so I was like, all right, well, I'll discard that because I'm probably not going to play that anytime soon. But the Raditz Unison, as well as the Giru and Pan Unison, I'll probably be playing sometime soon. So here I combo, you know, I can combo, but I'd rather not. But since I don't really use Godzilla Trunks personally myself, he was definitely going to be charged as blue energy once I got to my next turn. But instead I used it to combo, and see, and I used this one as well as combo. I'd rather not combo, but in this instance I comboed. And the reason for it was because the damage he's dealing was crit. So I comboed against the crit damage because I didn't want to no one wants to lose life. But see, I'll lose life as long as I get the life, right? So I'll take damage if it gets to my hand, but I'm not going to take crit damage because I don't plus from that. It might seem a little counterintuitive, like, but you're negging in the process. Yeah, but life to me is more important. Life is, I'll take the hit if I'll benefit from it. I'm not going to take the hit if I'm not benefiting from the hit. Right, so that's the thing. So here I can charge my unison. Boop, boop. I mean, as defensive as this deck is, I could have, you know, that's an option. I could have just taken the crits, you know, take the hits, take the sacrifice, as it were, because I got so much life. My opponent's at 3. It wouldn't be a problem if they crit me for 2 life, because I would still have those 2 cards in my hands, right? And right now, you see he has 3 cards. I could have played the Finn, which would have reduced him down to just have a 1 battle card on his side of the field. You know what I mean? So that could have been an option. I definitely could have, you know, would have been able to charge the God Sealing's Trunks for, you know, to get him for blue energy, so I could save the Reddit Unisons for later on. So I'm bringing back I'm double blocking, so I'm bringing back 2 blockers. Because of the fact that I know he has the ability to make me lose 2 cards from my hands, there's no point in trying to rely on that negating my hand. More likely I'll end up losing it. So okay, so when it comes to hand destruction, obviously drawing cards is important, right? So you always want to draw as many cards as you can to out your opponent's milling of hand destruction effects, right? And then you want to apply a lot of your defense onto the board, right? Don't rely on having the gates in your hand to... What happened there? Okay, something happened. That's not the end. Something went wrong. Must have edited this video wrong. No, I didn't edit this video. That is odd. This is not the full video, right? Well, that sucks. I don't know why that's not the full video. Give me a sec. Let's see. Go to Twitch. See if the full video is there. See if we could play the rest of it from Twitch itself. So here is... No, it is only 21 minutes and 27 seconds, so that is the full... Damn. Somehow, at some point, the video cut out. So, that... Alright, so that's the end of the video.
Yes, sir. Exterior, as well as